What's the deal? What's up, everybody? How are we this lovely, I'd say evening, but it's not evening for everybody, so this lovely Asian session. How's everybody doing? All right, all right. Mods are in here. Good. Perfect. Just needed some mods in here. So, gang, strong bearish drive today, huh? I'm gonna go smoke this joint. Give me a second. Oh, man. This is one of those times where someone should be here, where I should be passing a joint to somebody. By the way, chat, the margin call center is taking calls right now. 1-800 got clapped is open and operators are standing by. So, yeah, I had the giggles. All right, we closed bearish on the daily. The weekly never rebroke the highs, right? We still can. We still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So let's see where we would come down to before that decision can be made. Oh, hold on a second, chat. My kids are here. They ran in here yelling, "I love you." Did I get clapped today? No. But that's a whole different story. I never get clapped. Well, I mean, we all get clapped, but that's just a different story. You didn't take a loss. I took a L this morning. Yeah. I took a minus 41 pip loss this morning. All right, let's look at a breakdown here. Daily close bearish. We're expecting a top wick and a flip down and drive down, but you're going to need some. Oh, the previous 4-hour close bearish as well. The hourly's close bearish. Current hourly doesn't have a top wick, so we'd expect this to flip bullish, and once it rebreaks its own low at some point during this hour, maybe we can have a position. We need to see a closure though below, I would say. Below here, honestly, now that I'm looking at it. How big is this range? 30. Okay. Yeah, let's see if something can close below 2015 flat. If we can close below 2015 flat in the first 15 minutes here, I will look for something. Yeah, I think if we can get down here, it's possible that we can come down here. But it's going to have to be a 30 closure. It can't be a 15 closure. If we can close on the 30, sorry, I said 15 before, but it's going to have to be a 30 closure below 2015. Other than that, I think the stronger range, the overall range, is here. And what I would rather have is us hold this support on the higher time frame, on the 30, the 1. If we can hold this area and close above it, something along the lines of this, if we can come down here and hold this, maybe the next hourly candle or the next 30 candle, if this can come down now in the first 30, if we can come down, tap this and flip, maybe we can start looking at the flip up and then looking for this, because I believe we're gonna have to retest this area from the looks of it if we are able to tap here and then close back up above here, maybe on a smaller time frame like this. Right. If we're able to reject off here enough that we get a closure above here and not a respect of this area, I think we're gonna drive through. I think highly likely. I hate saying I think here, but I mean, it is my opinion, right? My perspective, right? But it's highly likely, probability will dictate that we come up, as that's what it's done in the past. And a lot of what we do here is based on historical price data, right? So let's see for now how we react here. Let's bring this down lower. Also, very interesting, if we can get a 30 close with a bottom wick, not at this support, but somewhere in between here, like it is right now. If this 30 closes like this, then we can also look for a top wick rejection, right? If we can come up here and tap this area across and then flip, we can look for that to finish out the range. So if we can reject somewhere here, you know, have a sharp drive up and then come back down in range below, you'll see the 5 minute slowly coming down, right? For the flip, you'll slowly see the closures here, right? You'll see a rejection. And you'll see the 5 minutes set the 30 up or set the hourly up. But these are the few things that we can look for now. Look out for now. Yo, when wigs get so fucking it's the gym mirrors, I swear. The gym mirrors, they be adding like 20 horsepower and like 15 pounds of muscle. I don't know what it is. I gotta get me some gym mirrors at home. What if it doesn't respect 2012? In what sense? If it keeps driving, I mean, we'll reanalyze. Reanalyze. Capiche? Sounds like a fair trade to me. So in a short, you're looking for a daily flip once we grab liquidity? Yes. I think we're going to have to, I would love to re-break the current daily highs, right? I would love to re-break because I honestly, I mean, I think we need to come up to at least 2020 here before rejecting. And if we have to come up to 2020 before rejecting, then how can we get these buys up? We would have to close bullish right now on this hourly, right? The hourly support that we pointed out before, right? If we close bullish on the hourly above here, or bearish but respecting this bottom wick, that means that's what it means. Yeah, now we wait. Tino in the house. What up, Bougie? What you hit at the gym today? Shoulders. You didn't see my traps? That's all. I'm telling you, the gym mirrors and the gym pump, like, this shit just creates a wild illusion. Yeah. Like, it's not like that an hour and a half after the gym. An hour and a half after the gym, it's like, all right, like, this looks normal. Everybody knows you get that first hour and a half pump, right? And then after that, it's like, all right, you look more like a fucking human being. Yeah, if you hit the gym, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. First hour and a half, if you're lucky, you get 2 hours out of the pump if you have enough, if you get enough glucose in you, right? You get enough sugar in you. So pump will last longer. Let's get some swings on stream. Oh, you trying to revenge trade? Why are you trying to revenge trade, dog? Chill. Trying to get me caught up in this. Nah, I ain't going down like that. Trying to get me caught up in some illegal activity. We're getting a 15 close here. But first of all, close above. Second of all, close bearish above. And third of all, he closed above respecting. Have you been skipping gym? No, but I've skipped on a few dinners because I'm doing Asian session. So I feel like I'm not getting the most out of it. Right now, I should be eating like a shish kebab or chicken kebab, something like that. With like a bowl of rice and some shepherd salad or something. You fasting after the gym? No, I mean, I ate, but I like, it was little. I'm starving right now. I should be eating another bowl, but it's hard, like, to like talk and eat and sound normal. End up sounding like Joe Rogan eating pizza when he did the Elon Musk podcast. So how's the new Cybertruck? Can we shoot at it? This pizza's delicious. It's wild. Shashlik. Jerk chicken, hold the chicken. Yes. Eating at 8, isn't that a bit late for dinner? Nope. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna have a snack. I'll eat something like in like 20-30 minutes, and then at 10:30 I'll eat probably like a whole dinner, and then at midnight I'll probably have some Greek yogurt. It's finally your meal after the gym. Well, I had protein after the gym with some protein, and then I added some more protein, and then I had a banana, and then I added some more protein. I add that to fruits all the time. I'm doing the other way around, Sam. I add the fruits to my Greek yogurt. Because I feel like there's more of the yogurt, so whatever there's more of, that's what you add to, right? Have you ever had a Y food drink? What do you mean a Y food drink? I don't know what a Y food drink is. What's the kind of ladder race on? Just need fucking rotator cuff surgery after that shit. Fucking shoulder replacement. That's crazy. Nah, I don't even do that much. I lateral raises, 35s, 40. I wouldn't, not even a 45. Nah, is John Cena with the 45 lat raises? No, I can't do. Maybe like I'll bang out a set of 35s. 40, I think I could do like half a set. Yeah, 15s is my warm-ups. I warm up with a 15. Because with the 15, I'm fucking. I'll bring this shit up. You're like, damn, this is too light. Wild thing I've seen in a Florida gym, like, yo, like a lot. Like, it's, yo, just, you'll be seeing some crazy shit. Go to La Fitness. La Fitness always got the wildest shit, but go there. It's like the Walmart of the gyms. New Walmart Planet Fitness. Wow. You know, I honestly did not expect a third rejection here, the way this printed. But now that we came down here, and we started closing above, right? What's the last time that happened here? Hmm. I'll talk about Jim's not even hitting them. Shh. Well, I'm the only one talking. Everyone else is kind of typing. But if I shh, it will be a boring stream. Scrawny, I'm tired of being like this. Eat. Go eat. You get big. Well, you get bigger. Yep, you see we're kind of trickling down here. And typically what happens when you trickle down, you drive up. You're not going to see a trickle up. You're going to see a drive up. So it'd be nice if we can establish a support here. And once we establish a support, I want to see a break of that support and a hold of it. So, I'd like to see us close something like this. And see this again. And maybe part of this, oh, whoops, the bottom of that, maybe this can be reflected on a smaller time frame with some candles actually attempting to drive down, but still closing above this area. We can get that, right? Maybe a doji candle, but maintain 2015 1.5 as a support. Right, once we start seeing this, we can look for positions. This is the new candle. This is that double wick candle. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is coming out 2025 right here, the triple wick. That's the 2025 candle. You guys not ready for this yet. That's gonna be an MT7. That's a prototype candle. You guys not ready though. We'll talk about it later. Damn, bro, how many ads I gotta watch to get? I got nothing to do with it, bro. Trust me, I would tell you. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know. You need to get YouTube Premium. That's what you need. Crazy. Why did you miss our triple the 3 weeks just now that I just revealed for 2025? Oh damn. No, you gotta rewind. Rewind about a minute. I'm not saying nothing. I'm waiting on green. The U. Driving. All right. 2 minutes. Excuse me, chat. Candle too boring. You ever be yawning at the gym, like maxing out and still yawning? Not that it's easy, just like I get that on days when I get like low sleep, but I still have energy to hit the gym. So I don't want to hear no excuses from nobody. Even my low energy days. We in there. All right, how do we close? Let's see. with heavyweights, you're getting tired faster. True. What do you do to help your mindset after a loss? What loss? What you talking about? I got a short memory, chat. It's all that way. Yeah, I took the same position as Don this morning. I took a smaller loss. I managed it a bit differently though. So I was still in that position. It was still a losing position for me, but I managed it a bit differently. Hey, fake guru. Appreciate you. 5 months. That's a W. Flex for the volume. We will. We'll flex. Alright, well, you did 5 months. Chat, you got 3 seconds. Alright, to turn down the volume. We flexing over here. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Knocking at Zoom door. Gotcha. Merci. Merci beaucoup. How did you manage? Once the news pushed down and made a low, and the 15 closed, uh, or 5 closed, I closed the position, and once we saw a rebreak of the lows on the news, like what do we typically do, chat? Right? If the new, like if I was talking to Don about this before, I was like, objectively, like if we step away from the position we're in, like what do we typically do? I don't know. I was trying to get his opinion, but yeah, that's what happened. And if we were like unattached, completely, detach yourself from the trade as if you're not in anything, we would have probably looked for a sell on the break of the lows on the after the first news push on the second push. So that's what we would have done. At that point, it made no sense for me to stay in there, but my analysis was a bit different than Don's because he was like the levels he was looking at. And it's just like it was still like, a losing position, but it just, I don't know. That's how it was for me. So I ended up um, closing the buys for minus 116, and I took sells for 75. So I ended up minus 41 overall for the day. Sorry, gang. I'm watching the U game, Miami versus Notre Dame. It's pretty entertaining. It's just like I don't know. It was I felt like that's what we would have done if we weren't in a trade. It, Don jumped the gun. No, we both got into the same position, and there was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the position. It was absolutely that position is the reason we have a massive amount of wins. Well, obviously there was something wrong. We lost, but I just don't see an indication. I think like some losses are inevitable, and yeah, over time I'm sure you'll find your edge for even for those losses. It takes time, but until they're inevitable, you're you have to get really good at managing risk until your position taking skills, until your entries are, you know, are better. Like the worse your entries, the better your risk management has to be, right? She lost money yesterday too. No, yesterday I had a win. He got a few weeks before. I mean, why do you guys care how long it's gonna take him to make what he lost back? And it for like that's irrelevant. Number one. Number two, it's not about making back what you lost, right? It's just it's a long road. Like the focus is not making back what you lost. The focus is continuous growth, right? You paid rent to the market, now move on. Music? Oh, we gotta flip the tape. Sorry. Don's gonna be okay. Are you? You know what I mean? Don's gonna be just fine. Yeah. Don is currently fucking drawing a sad face in the snow with the rear tire of his Audi. Audi R8. Makes you think Don was low-key upset and acted okay online. No, he was what he was. He was like, I mean, he knows what he knows, right? Like, I'm sure his comfort level is fine. It's just, you don't think there's any fucking, like, sense of, like, responsibility or a certain level of pressure? Like, I take trades here in front of 1,000 people. He takes trades here in front of 5,000 people, right? Like, there's pressure, there's responsibility, right? There's like, because we obviously we know a lot of times people are following us, right? Like, not everyone's doing their own thing. So it's like you gotta have a strong, you gotta be a strong character. Like that boy, fucking cojones grandes on him. You know what I mean? Like yeah, he knows what he knows, and that's what gives him confidence and peace of mind at the end of the day. Or like, yeah, it sucks. Look, there's a certain level of responsibility that you feel, but it sucks. But at the end of the day, we all do this for ourselves, right? Like he's not telling you he's trading for you. He's telling you this is what he does. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. All right, look at that rejection. How did the 4 previous? Oh, strong. But yeah, we're gonna wait on this hourly to close because we're gonna wait on it to close. It's still above below the smaller time frame resistances, but I'm under the impression that the next hourly, if we are going to continue up, is going to have to give us a bottom wick. This is nice off the 2 hour, but jeez. Can't take a position here. I need a closure. And we none of these closures came back to tap 2015 to drive. So I think we're going to have to reject here and hold. We might hold with a top wick here. Yeah, and look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour also closes in 15 minutes. So let's not forget the higher time frame, right? And if we are to come up, the next 4 hour, which starts within the next 20 minutes, right, in 17 minutes here, is going to need to create a bottom wick. And ideally, it creates a bottom wick below the previous 4 hour. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, all right, we get this bottom wick, and then we get the flip, and then we drive, right? That's what you're thinking? Well, how about no? That's not what we're going to look for, because if that happens, this bottom wick is going to take an hour or two to develop, and that's going to eat up into our stream time, right? And this is 2017 to 2030, roughly 40 pips of range. So within those 40 pips of range, we'll drop down a time frame and look for an indication that we're coming down to grab that bottom wick and see if we can get some sells. Capiche? Unless this happens really quickly, and then we'll look for buys. So on the smaller time frame, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, we start seeing this. We're probably creating that bottom wick to drive up for the next 4 hours, right? Ideally, it forms like this, and then you can, from here, it can make a decision whether it continues down or it's the bottom wick for the 4 hour to continue up. But we'll see this. If not, the way we just flipped, this is the if. The way we just flipped, though, looks like we're going to stay above here, and that bottom wick can show up fairly quickly. And if it shows up quickly, this is the level we're looking to tap. If it happens within like a 5 or a 15-minute candle, right? Because if the price isn't trickling down, and remember what I said earlier also, right? It should shoot up, because whenever it trickles down, right, it typically shoots up. It doesn't trickle up. So then we had the trickle down. No, it shot up. You want this bottom wick to this area, the previous support below where we drove up from, and if that can happen, we can look for buys. And if that can happen off the rip, off the initial first 10, 5 or 15-minute candle, off the next hourly, and then flip, we will definitely be in these buys, looking for this. And then you also have your motion playing out, right? If you look at how the motion is formed, it's a little almost like a head and shoulders pattern, right? Once you hold the support at this area, then because this is your liquidity grab, this is your closure back in range, a support formed to drive up, and you want to drive off that support. But first, We need a closure. But wait, there's more. Father of the month candle next week. Wix will be okay. Yeah. I'm glad you remembered that. He's talking about FOMC chat. The father of the month candle. It's funny. I forgot about that. Damn, Daniel. How do you determine where you want the levels to be tapped for the flip? The thing is, I see a support right here. Formed. So if we close below, but didn't drive further, and then close back above here, we faked out. And now if that support can be on the higher time frame, that support is here. So if we can get the higher time frame close above there, but then tap that next previous support below our area, and you'll see this a lot. You'll see price head down to a strong support, and it'll wick right off it and flip. It'll happen a lot when it does that off a strong support. When you get down to a strong support, or when you're tapping off a strong resistance, you'll tap it and you'll drive down. You won't close at it. You might eventually, but the initial reaction will be a spike the other way. So if we are right that this is a strong resistance here with a strong level that price can drive off of, then you'll see that strong flip happen. You'll see us tap it and then it'll drive the other way. And that's why I say it needs to be within one candle, because otherwise you're trickling up to drive down. Like, there's just many nuances that come into play here. You also need closure above here. So you need all of these things to align. You need to close above there. You need to come down wick to here, right? Because otherwise you're holding the higher time frame resistance here on the hourly if we don't close above there. And then what happens? You're just printing side by side. And if you're printing side by side, what are we even doing here, right? I think if this closes bullish, the bottom wick on the next candle, as long as it doesn't make a top wick first, can be a solid play. That's what I believe. Ideally, it is a play that breaks this 4-hour low, because this 4-hour low is a daily flip. So if the daily can flip and fail to drive, create a bottom wick and come back up, now you have a bottom wick for the daily, a bottom wick for this previous 4-hour, right? If this happens, right? If this happens, the daily looks like this at that point. And then you're taking this flip up, expecting not to fill this clean range to the left, because every time you come through this range with such strong momentum, volume drove down, drove up, straight through it, down, up. What were you thinking for stops? 164 pips. So you guys got this PTSD thing. Emotional damage. Stun lock the chat. That's a beautiful light behind you. I know. The only thing that can make it more beautiful, you know what can make it more beautiful? This. It's the only way it gets more beautiful. Ay, oh, ay, yo, ay. Fire. No, that's not fire. This is fire. That's green. That's my god. All right, back to me. What's in the tank? Lizards. It's my new Leon Lee lizard tank. Your plan trade not? No, not at this point. Sadly. What you mean sadly? I love the USA. Welcome home. Ta-da! I need an anthem right now with these lights. Oh, say, can you see? But okay, half the chat got up. Mark. All right, go back. Went with the Excel because I run a push-pull configuration on my CPU. Yeah, I got the Excel too. What do you think of US 100 and US 30? Nothing. I don't trade them. You full point on downstream tomorrow? Just another day trading. Nothing changes. Same shit, different toilet seat. Nothing changes. And when nothing changes for a long time, right, consistently, if it's winning behavior, if it's winning habits, at one point, everything changes in an instance. Five minutes here for the hourly. 15 respected. Let's start another W streak. Appreciate the 4-month. 10 pips FX. Thank you. Why do you only trade gold and no other pairs? Because I want to be really good at what I do. to be an authority on the subject. Chat, give me a sec. Hold on. $30 seconds here for the 4-hour close. So ideally you want the hourly above here, but depending on the wick here, yeah, I'd want the hourly to close above. Thing is, it's still holding support, right? You can look at this support. We closed above, we tried to come down, and now we held support. So can we get a bottom wick here? This is where we want a bottom wick ideally too. Oh, look at that. That's actually the 4-hour flip. I didn't realize that actually. We also don't want any closures below 2015. We can work down there as much as possible, but closures below there is not what we want. I think I might have looked for a wick entry here if the hourly closed above here, but the hourly closed at a resistance. So we need some kind of closure above here to take a wick entry, or we can get a wick and then take a flip. Right, the hourly closes above here like this, then we can understand that we're going to fill the range, so we can take the wick, understanding that we're going to have to re-break the highs in order to come down. But right now, once we respected that area, right, this is what would have, and we could have an entry here. But right now that we've respected resistance, there's no closure above, right? So if it's a respect of resistance, you can't take a buy in this area because we held resistance. So this might just be coming down, and the next candle top wick gonna drive down for all we know, right? So that's why it gets really tough here to take a bottom wick, but you can still get a 15 or a 30 closure above here. And at that point, if the wick comes later, then we can take that. Well, the hourly did close above. I'm sorry, that was the 30. The hourly did close above. Huh. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, 30-15 respected. Five closing bearish. Play video games? No. Not at all. What I missed the first hour of the stream. Life's a video game. I mean, It's not. That's the problem. You guys live like life's a video game. You act like you got another chance at this. Like you're gonna respawn. Nah. Do you? Now. You watch Breaking Bad? Yes. Sourly closed above. That's so interesting. What's the stops here? Yeah, if we're gonna head up on there. Previous 5 closed bearish though, right? To the top of the wick, that's 6. Are we breaking the top here? This gets really difficult here because, yeah, everything closed bullish, but is this enough of a bottom wick for the 4 hour? Was that it? After such a bearish day and no bottom wick, not on the previous 30, not on the 4 hour, and the 30 held resistance, and so did the 15. I mean, it's tempting, right, when you're looking at the higher time frame and you're completely disregarding the 4 hour, but. And it can very much drive here. Just I have reservations about this. Yeah, you always want to get ahead and get a better position, right? And get in and be part of the action, right? Just pick your action accordingly. It needs to come up here. I just don't know if it's now. I'm not confident that it's now. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's the 5 close. How did the 5 close? 5 closed bullish, so it held this support. You still want a bottom wick to drive off of. I mean, look at the 15. At any moment, this could be a top wick just for the 15 drive down, right? We haven't had a bullish closure yet. And every closure we've had is below the resistance. You don't need to be, you know, you don't need to be upset at yourself or kick yourself when things set up like this. You have to understand that that's not where the edge is. This isn't clear and simple and obvious, right? Believe me, when it's your edge, you recognize it as clear and obvious. And you're like, oh, it's my edge. I think the volume song should push this up. Wick's complaining, not taking the trade. Let's let it play out. No, I mean, you can take it. It's not enough for me here. Wish I could say I'm sure it'll drive. No, I'm not sure it'll drive here. I think it needs to come up. I'm not too sure it will drive here. I believe it needs to create a steeper bottom wick. But if it doesn't, then great. Is it a trap? No, I think it needs to come up here. I think if it breaks the highs, it's just gonna go. But that's not where I want to be in. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the rebreak of the highs here for you to be what? You have like 6 pips here to fill the wick, right? And then understanding the higher time frame at that point is driving up. Yeah, you know, but my biggest thing here is the opening of this candle and the 4 hour and the 30 not having a bottom wick, and I think we either need to close above the smaller time frame levels here or get a bottom wick on the higher time frame, and the smaller time frame levels are right here, right? So even though the hourly looks pretty good, I will wait for the smaller time frame levels to be broken and closed above up. This is interesting though, right? The 15 is closing here and the 5 is closing here, and okay, this would be interesting if we break all these highs right now and flip bearish, because then it's a long shot. Small range too. All right, we'll see what happens here. Mods ain't modding. They're modding. It's just They're very lenient here. We don't ban too much. We try to be lenient. Just take your meds and everything will be fine. $15 closed bullish now. 30 closed bullish. Hourly's bullish. 4 hours bullish. Yeah. The only flip I can take here is the break of the lows. Once we break the lows, then I can look for a bullish flip. Right now, we need to close above the 15. Yeah, I think 9:30 is gonna be better. I thought the 5-minute candle a while back was possible volume to continue down. Yeah, but not in this case. There's not with the wicks not being made. It's really small wicks. It's got to break. A break of the lows because it would re-break the 4-hour bottom wick here and grab more orders. So we just, what we did off the beginning of this 4-hour and this hourly, we created that bottom wick and we tried to drive up and we topped out. Now the market's coming back down. So if it doesn't come down and break this wick, I don't think it's going to have enough strength to break the high here. So I would like to break this low and then reject off of support and start re-breaking the highs, at which point I can confirm that now that we've attempted to drive down, re-broke the lows and didn't, and now we're re-breaking the highs and a resistance that was made, we're going to continue to finish the next range up. And that works on the hourly and the 30, just as long as we re-break the lows on the 4-hour or on the hourly. And it's not just re-break the lows. I want to break the 30 lows and reject off a strong support, right? This is why this line right here exists, 2014.19. I know every stop loss is different, but do you know what your average on your, I mean, let's look at the last three losses was a 9 pip loss, a 21 pip loss, and an 8 pip loss. That's the last 3 losses. I have a 100K funded account. I'm 8.6K down. Any advice? Max losses 12K. I reach out to Huss and see how he did it. Huss came back from like 9.5% down or something like that. 9% down to pass the challenge. Are we re-breaking the highs? Psych. Market's at psych. If it comes down to 2015 flat, are you in? No. Will it drive now? Let me know, gold. You need me to grab some liquidity? I'll do it right now. Five's closing bullish. 30's gonna close in 5 minutes. You in a trade here, Green? Grandma said hi. What's up, girl? Tell her I said what up. Hey, Ma. Hey, Grandma. What's up? This fucking thing flips bearish and starts driving down right now. think some sells might be possible. But it's pushing up, right? It's pushing up. Looking good on the hourly and the 4. Going to buy at the break at a high? No. We're going to have to re-break the lows and then re-break the highs for me to get in for the buy, or we're going to have to get a smaller time frame closure above here. If the 30 closes above in 3 minutes, possibly depending on the bottom wick. We need to re-break the hourly lows, current hourly lows, for me to look for positions here. Otherwise, it's otherwise it's going to be this. One minute here for the 30. All right, we got a closure. We got to break the slow. Got to break the previous 30 low. Tap most recent, right? Higher high, higher low. It could pop here. I can't. bring myself to take a position. Yeah, we gotta wait for the steady low. Like, yeah, higher time frames look great, but if it breaks the low, then yeah, shit, confidence level is high. We're taking a position, we're not questioning it. My mind is telling me yes. No, my mind is telling me no. But my body. Ha 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 ha. You first, Sultan. You first. I don't wanna hurt nobody. Everything can be a banger. Rebreak of the highs. Eh, 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 eh. Aww. Yeah, we had a really good conversation. I think it would have today would have been a dope podcast conversation if we did one. Don was right. We should have recorded it. Did y'all talk about? I thought he was gonna be here. Did you know that thought was the contexto word of the day? Huh? Huh? Appreciate you, Mr. Harris. He's always here. The Cedric Harris. Always here. Oh, are we coming up now? Finally? Rebreak of the highs? Huh? Huh? No bottom wick, just the rebreak of the highs? Looks good on every time frame. Huh? 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 When are you calling it a session? If we get if we get nothing by 10, 10, 15, I'll call it. Typically, I like to call it early, like if my kids are still awake, but my kids are already asleep, and now I can't, you know, tell them a scary bedtime story. And... Aw, shucks. 12? No, there's 3 of them. It's not 12 of them. If I had 12, I'd field a fucking soccer team. I would be a soccer mom, soccer dad. Wixie lost 16 bands today? No, I lost like 4K today. Well, in the morning. You see, it's having a hard time breaking those highs. I think if we tapped 2015 first before coming up, I think we would have smashed those highs and drove straight through. Last time we had a bedtime story, I had a nightmare. Yeah. V-shaped reversal. Let's go for those buys. Now, is it really V-shaped or is it a U? Because the U reversal might be a sell, right? Versus the V reverse. Looks like an N. It does look like an N. I think all of Devious went to the gym today, spent out, including myself. Yeah, I was at the gym. Sideways Z. Well, if we tap 2015 here, it's going to look like an M. All right, Daniel. Appreciate you coming through. See you tomorrow. Let's go break the low. Let's go break the low. Emma's a double top. What about now? Might finish off the W here. Okay. Fuck was that? Yeah, I don't have a buy stop set yet, but if we start breaking the current hourly highs, I'll take a buy. Z buy. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's got to happen here. I don't even know in the chat because the 15 is going to close bearish here. And if that happens, now this isn't good enough, right? Because the 15, now you need to break the lows to grab orders. So you're now looking at 2015 minimum once this 15 closes in a minute. Spent the entire 15 minutes coming down. Spent the first 30 minutes creating a top wick. So maybe it will come down. We'll see. But I just, unfortunately, such is life these days. This is our Asian session here. All right, first thing is breaking the lows, right? It broke the lows. That's good. Can we tap? I mean, in terms of holding a support so far, it's not bad. The market's been able to hold the support on the hourly. Will it still hold it here? Where next hourly you could probably get a bottom wick, right? Tapping the lows 2012, 2014 areas and then driving up. Because if you hold this area here, you're still holding no matter how many times, right? You were bearish, you closed back in range, tried to come down, couldn't. Came up, didn't drive, tried to come down again. Couldn't. So if you keep holding this area, if this is your London open, for example, a flip here is your entry. If it's the next hour, it's possible, but it's going to need to do this swiftly. And I don't know if there's enough volume to do that. It might just kind of trickle up, trickle down a bit to London. And we've had a massive move today, right? So from the news, so it found a range. Slowed down, now it's ranging. Once it breaks out, it'll come back in range and drive the other way. Chat, drop a like. Sub to the channel. Drop a like if we helped you avoid a buy here. An early buy. Maybe an eventual win, but an early buy. Sub to the channel. And, yo, go to the IG. Go to the IG and sub to the Instagram. Sub to the Instagram. Follow the Instagram. Let's get up. Let's get that up. USD strong. Yeah, and the numbers in the morning for the dollar were good as well. That's why gold dropped. No, I'm not liking this. You ignoring me. What the fuck? Well, let's see what I've ignored. Let's go to your comments. Let's see. Let's go all the way back to the beginning since you showed up here for the first time. That you remember that all that long time ago. Like today is your first time. Your video screenshot that of a hippie. Your name is like a rapper. Your charts look like that of an ICT student. Who are you, man? That was your first comment. The very first thing. You're lucky I can't find the soundbite right now. And then you asked, then you said, oh, those are dreads. I ain't trolling, just bored. Why do you trade Asian range? You're totally ignoring me. I'm going to save you some money. It's more bearish than it's bullish. The W behind you looks like... I'm done with you, bro. Oh, man.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
We got a top wick. We don't really need top wicks for the market to come down, but there needs to be structure created here. We have no structure. We are stuck in a range and we can't get out of it. Are you in a position? Yes, I am in a sitting position at the moment. If I had a stand-up desk, I would still be in a sitting position, because why the fuck would you have a desk if you're not going to sit at it? Why would you want to stand at a desk? I don't know. I'm talking shit. Maybe a standing desk is good for some people, but not for me. I see a desk, I sit at it. I don't. I never see a desk and I'm like, shoot, I wish this was higher so I could stand. Never happens. It's always like, damn, I need this chair. Lean back. Why you gotta talk shit? Because I gotta fill up the dead air if we're not trading, if the market is ranging, right? You just got a stand-up desk? Are you standing up or are you sitting down? Be honest right now. Are you standing up or are you sitting down? My point exactly, but he's sitting down. He's got a stand-up desk and he's sitting down. Proving my point for me. Treadmill desk. I got a unicycle chair. That's about it. I'm in my stand-up bed. Wix says Jace can't touch the floor. That's funny. This is what my legs are doing right now, chat. Here in Ethiopia, place of the Rastafari. That's also where they say the Ark is, right? In a church in Ethiopia. Supposedly that's where the Ark of the Covenant is. You have a Telegram for signals? I don't have signals. I don't provide signals. I just live trade here on YouTube. I got nothing to sell you. You want me to sell you something? I don't know. What do you want me to sell you? I got nothing to sell you. I'm looking around. What can I sell you? Damn, Bama's gonna take Auburn down. Any good place? Nice. No, we had no entries tonight. Can you go over your current position? No, I wish I could, but we're not in a position, so I can't. Bro, imagine 700 people paying $30 a month. So if I did signals, it would be way more expensive than $30 a month. Way more expensive. Just wouldn't be worth it otherwise. Down we go. But there would be, if I ever did signals, it would be way more than just the Asian session. It would be a whole bunch of signals. Just because there's like 60%, 75% of my trades. No, it's like not 3/4, but I think 60, 65% of my trades our all New York session. You get London trades once in a while if it's pre-London. What your stop lost?
Think about that. That's just dumb.
Yeah, the lucky sevens are watching right now. One minute here for the hourly. There was really good positions set up last night, right? Not right after our stream, by like 1:30, like clear and obvious positions, but like there's no way we would have sat here till friggin' 2 a.m. So I think you might get that today. Pre-London. Okay. It's ugly, but it's not as ugly as you think because it did close at a support. So it's still holding this support. It still needs to come down lower, but it's still holding the support. Eventually, if you keep holding this level and you grab orders and start driving back up, the buys will be really simple to fill the range and maybe even further. That's if you come down, grab orders. If you don't, and you kind of range in this area and break the highs slowly, right, and slowly kind of creep up here, right, you get some of this, you get a bearish candle, you'll get some of this again. Whoops, that candle went to the gym. That's a juice head candle. And you get some of this, right, it'll slowly trickle up there. And if you get that, highly likely, just get a top wick here and a rejection as it starts coming up. And this might be what happens here. And you don't want to be part of that. How fitting. Tape ended. But first, before you take any of those buys up, you're going to need to come down and grab orders. Okay? I wish all you guys were closer to here. like I wish this was an auditorium, because then we'd be like, all right, lunch break. But we can't. And I'm starving Marvin, and you guys are all over the world, and I got a joint waiting outside my door for me. And I think the best thing to do here is to step back, and like this is what we did. This is where we spent our range, right? It's just as important to know when to step back as knowing when to attack. So practice patience, practice resilience, and if you don't lose any of your money, any of your soldiers tonight, right, you show, or in Asian session, you show up to the next battle, to New York session, right, with a bigger army. So don't just go wasting, wasting your money, wasting your army. Show up with more funds remaining in your account to take advantage of the high volume sessions, right? The peak of New York, peak of London, peak of Asian. Volume is your friend. But now that we're approaching outside of volume time and we're stuck in a range, the market here is not our friend. Chat, I'm gonna call it a session here. I appreciate all you guys coming through. Zoom, as always, I see all of you. Baby Hank, Tino, Javier, I see you. What up, Bougie? Thank you guys for coming through. Anybody take a trade here? Let's see if any of our Zoomers took a trade. Anybody in? Anything tonight?
No, just watching, bro.
Yeah, makes sense. It's not a great time to be in something right now.
No, we never got that closure below, so I didn't take anything.
Yeah, no closure, and then right, you want your next trade especially to be a high quality position, right? Especially next trade for anyone that that had a rough morning or a rough New York session. So wait for the higher quality setups. They'll show up. The good thing about the way we trade is the setups show up constantly, right? They show up all the time. So highly likely we get another trade in the morning, especially with all the range we've created. There's a lot of range below here and all this range that we've created here. So there's room to fill. We just need to break out. If we sort of break out and close back in range, then we can look for fake outs. And to fill the range, that's how we'll play the range on fake outs, right? If we stay in it. Outside of that, that's my time. Zoom gang, once again, thank you for showing up and supporting. Chat, appreciate all of yous. Drop a like, sub to the channel. Love and wisdom to you all. I'll be on in the morning on Don's session. And stick around. Kieran's going to be here at midnight on his channel. And then you have Yanez for London. Very, very valuable session. And then SG and Hus. Oh, I think SG took his first trade yesterday. Got a W. So for pre-NY, which is dope. So congrats to them. And then tomorrow before my session, you have Elvis. In the morning, obviously, Don Vo. And I'll see you guys same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern, live here on YouTube. Okay, gang? That's my time. I'm calling it a night. I'm going to go enjoy my joint and go to bed. And as for our session, it's done. I'll see you guys mañana. All right, chat? Volume song on. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books.